Hi everyone and welcome to Smart Home. Today let's talk about a product which I installed it like 3 years back, and then the company got closed, and now I redid the work because that product stopped working. So there were some challenges with that approach. There are another approach. So we'll take a look at it, how we can light up the backlight of your TV so it strains less on your eyes. Right, so there are multiple approaches available in the market. We're gonna take a look at different approaches, and everything has a pro and con. So I'll talk a little bit about those other areas, and then finally the one I settled on. The one I liked is turned out to be the cheapest. Plus, it has the minimum problems in terms of compromises I will be making. So let's go take a look. This is the first product. It basically comes with a camera. The camera get mounted on top of your PC, and you can basically connect the cable. So this piece doesn't change. The LED strip will be there in every model. This is some kind of a remote is there. Technically, you want the color of your TV screen should be matching with the light behind, right? Or the other way around. So the idea is it should be in sync, and I'm not sure what that button will do, but they do have an app which also you can use to control it. So those are some of the things available here. I find it these two things are unnecessary because all I wanted is that whatever is playing on the TV, I wanted the light on the backlight to be in sync with it. So the color should be changing, but I didn't want to put a camera on top of it. There is a benefit of this approach. The only benefit which makes it super good is that it doesn't matter you're playing something on your TV or there's another Chrome box or something you have, which is Apple TV or something which is sending the data to the HD through your HDMI connection. If that is your scenario where you're getting data from say Xbox and HDMI connection and all that, in that case, yes, you would. This approach does wins. This approach is more useful there. Yeah, there is a protruding camera is there, but in the end, this actually read all the four corners, all the colors, and basically sync it up, and it does decently well. There is a very small lag which probably you won't notice, but it's there, and but it's gonna work for no matter what kind of content is there because it's just reading the content from the screen, right? Now this is another product, and you can see this is same Govi. They don't have the bigger version right now, but you can see it comes with dual camera. So that's the benefit of it. So it's basically reading at two different places at the same time. So you're able to read it much better in terms of it has a better performance, better everything in that sense. But still, it's protruding from your TV if that's what you like, and if you have multiple devices connecting to it. In that case, it will make sense to think about using something like that. The Go is very good product, and their products are, in terms of quality, I like that. And I have used Go product. They just work. So that's the good part of it. Now, if you decide to go with Govi and you're looking at to buy the box Govi box, then this is another piece which is gonna be very helpful, right? As you can see, these are the bars. So on other than the camera, you can put these bars on the side of your TV, and that way you will be able to put more light out for two other dimensions. There was a company 3 years back who did this something. It was selling it for $300, which I did paid and bought it, and it worked for a couple of years just fine. Now company's out of business, so there's that to it. But $300 was just too much. At that point of time, 4K HDMI box was crazy, amazing, good idea. And to me, I just loved that, so I bought it. Now, at this point, that product has these two similar kind of a light bars, a smaller one, albeit, but they will be like portraying. So it's like not only your behind screen, light behind your TV, but the relatively close walls can also be lit up accordingly. Another project product which is of interest is this one, which costs really low. It's $21. It does change color. It's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or whatever, but it does work. You can control it through app, through Alexa, and all that. What it doesn't do is that it's not portraying the same colors on your TV screen onto the wall, right? So the light would be different. So it's like a static light or music light or scene light and all that. So if that's something you're looking for, this is pretty good product for that. And this is probably cheaper way to go there. And as I said, Go is a good product. So I would recommend if that's you're okay with that criteria. Now this is another product. It's Philips Hue. Probably by many this would be like the top way to get there. I think it's like exorbitant price. So not even something to be considered, right? But it does need this HDMI box. So basically it's a sync box it uses to connect it, which means what if your TV is, say, Android TV or any TV you have, whatever you're playing on the TV, that won't be able to capture. But whatever you're playing, if you're connecting any Xbox or other devices to it, then it's able to do it, and then it will be able to do it a nice job there, right? So that's a big limitation because I have Android TV, I have a Sony TV which is Android 86-inch TV, so it basically it doesn't work for me. I try not to connect other devices, even though I have Apple TV and NVIDIA Shield. But still now Sony TV works so well that no need to connect it. And I know that the product I bought, it doesn't support the other devices. That's another reason. Now there is another thought process. There are some videos on YouTube you can find where people are making with Hyperion, Raspberry Pi, and to me that's like too many devices, too much coding, too much knowledge you need. So I won't recommend it for a normal user, and it's gonna in the end it will be a best product and probably does everything. But I still need the sync box, so it's not gonna capture it right on whatever is there on provided by a TV software. So that's where it still has the limitation. Now, similar to the sync box we saw, this is another fancy lid. There are many companies who are selling sync boxes for. You can see it's 17 to 90 inch is again getting into $170. Again, you can't light up based on what's on your TV. You can only lit up whatever is passing through the HDMI. So to me, that's a no-go. That's why this is not an option for me. Now let's talk about the option I bought, and I'm currently using it. And I think it has its own compromises, but I think it does a fantastic job so far. So what is this? This product is a Dream box, and you can see there's a cable which connects to it. It comes with power cable and all that. So I bought the 60 LED per meter LED strip plus 5 meter kit. And for my 86-inch TV, it has about like 1.5 feet short. So there is some portion on the TV which is not captured. I replaced that LED strip, tried to replace LED strip with another similar strip, and somehow there's a logic in the program which limits it to only 5 meter. So I haven't figured out how to get past it, but that's the limitation. You need to know 5 meter kit is pretty good. Up to 75, no problem. And with US plug, it took about 2-3 weeks for it to get delivered. But for the price, this is a deal. Like you're getting a power connection with it, plus cable, plus this 5 meter box is bringing some more goodies. So let's take a look. So if you're buying anything less than 5 meter, then you will notice that the way connection works is that the power goes into the cable into one end, and another end of the same cable, this is a two-way cable, one cable goes into the data port of the Dream Color, right? So what's happening is that the power is going through this, and by the time it comes down here, there is a chance that it will be a little bit less light there, as LED strip lose lights as based on the distance. Now with 5 meter, there are two things added here. One is this splitter is there. So not only you can send power one way, idea is to power send another way, plus there is a DC power cable as well. So see, while single input goes through like this and doesn't connect to this side of the lights, so there is a possibility that this side of lights are, dimmer. 5 meter with the same setup, it comes with this splitter. Now you can see one connect to the one side of LED, another connect to the main side, and that's the beauty of it. Because of this, you are sending power both ways, so lights are more equal in terms of brightness. Now, this piece doesn't come with this kit, so I actually bought it for like $5. So 5 of them, and then I kind of use it to basically cut the lights a strip and then put it that way. So that's something you might want to keep in mind. And as you can see, this works on PC as well. There's not much difference. It's just the software is different, but it does the same job. I haven't tested it on PC, but I have played with it. I think it does work. But I'm planning to put another one on the PC because the purpose is different, and probably I'll put another video for that. So this is how the device look like. Very simple, very light device. As you can see, there is probably a small circuit inside, and doesn't do much. And there is a USB connector which connects to the TV, and this will go to the TV for the power as well as the connector. So it's sending the data. So basic idea is that this will connect to the TV. There is an app you'll download on TV which probably costs $3 or something. And that app will communicate to this. That app will send whatever is going on the TV screen and send the data. So this is how you can see how the lighting is working. As you can see, as the light is moving around, the LED strips are getting the right signal and able to change lights accordingly. This is very precise, way more precise than any other method. And while go be another product who are watching the screen and changing the color, they may make mistakes because sometimes they can't read the right color, or there's difference in the light and all that in the room. But since this data is read from the screen, so the screen itself, the Android TV software is actually sharing those colors data. Here you can see the backside of how the light has been working. You can see as the light is moving, every LED can change, decide what color it want to use. And let's go to the other side. The same thing is on the other side. So this is the other side, and you can see lights are moving. This is the bottom part of it, and that's the gap I was talking about. Needs about a couple feet more light to handle it. Now let's take a look at how the connection is working. So as the LED light is here, this is the data cable which is connecting to the USB port, and then we have another cable which is connecting to this light here, and another connection is going through this way, and the power cable is coming from the top, which is sending the connection. And since the distance was more, I added one more double adapter to connect it, and that's why. So now the power is hitting this screen. So tried adding more here and it did not work. It was not lighting up rest of it. So that's something to be looked after. Okay. So let's look at the TV application. As you can see, I've highlighted Android Ambilight application. This is the one. Let's open it up. So you can see there are 3 modes. Right now it's set on single capture mode. I can go to color effect mode, and it will change the color randomly. It will be changing the color here. Now if you wanna, you can set it to single color mode as well, and you can then switch colors by pressing it again. So this is also a method, you can use it. And in the center you're seeing the message which says LED strip connected. That's the key. That's the best part of it. Now if I go back to screen capture mode, you can see the light is based on whatever on the screen. In the bottom you have this palette where you can go and do some color adjustment. If you feel like the light is not changing as per it, you can make some changes. And there are some advanced setting, border direction, color smooth. You can try that. I played with it before, but not anymore. It's not needed actually once it's working fine. Another option which you will be using is this screen, and this is the key. This is where you're defining how many LEDs you have, horizontal versus vertical, and how much gap you have. And as you can see here at the bottom where you see the 1 is there. So from 1 the light is starting, and there are 44 lights on the left, then the count is going. So that count, once the count is good, then in that case it will work just fine for you. Now let's look at some of the other option. You can increase and decrease. This option you'll be using bottom gap, how much gap is there. So as you can see, those red dots on the bottom, those are the ones bottom gap is. That's where I don't have a LED light, so the software knows that. Don't try to light it up. Plus the total count, you can see LED count is about 320 on the bottom part. So 320 is the key. If your lights are around 300 something, that's what you wanted to plan for. Now capture quality, you can change to normal. I'm pretty much okay with low. No need to have normal. There is a depth you can change, how far your lights are. In my case, I put light totally on the corner, so which is working very fine for me. Now this is an option, start on boot, on and off. So you can turn it on. So not sure why it is off, so turn it on. So that would be good. That's about it. So this is the application. Once you are done with that, you'll see the serial connected message. And let me now turn off the TV and let's see. So once in a while, you will find the application is not responding. And that's a problem. So what you need to do is, you need to go to the top, go to the settings, select the apps, and Android application, click that, and you want to click on force stop and then open it again. So if you do that, it will again ask for permission. So let me do a force stop, click OK. So that's gonna, it's not responding right now. So the last action when I force stopped it, it kind of stopped TV. I was not responding, so I had to turn off TV and turn it on. And now when I'm starting the application, you can see it didn't turn on automatically and it pop up this message. Whenever it comes, always click OK. And the moment you clicked it, it starts check the lights, and now it will start capturing everything. The second box, I tried clicking on don't show again, but that's something didn't work for me. So you don't want to click on don't show again, just click on start now. And that way your lights are up, right? So now light is up, it's capturing. Let's go to the setting again, because we changed it to on, start on boot on. So that's something I did now. Hopefully it will ask me for less pop-up, but that's the plan. So go back on the main screen. And now if I start anything on, say, Peacock, you can see the lights will change automatically. In fact, no need to start anything. As we go up and down, you can see the light is changing as expected, right? And if I just turn off TV like that, the light turns off automatically. So as you have seen on the demo, this product just does a fantastic, remarkable job. No need to use that camera to capture the light, which can change the colors, and based on in the room temperature, it may change. If there is another light in your room, then the same camera reading the color on your screen may read it a little bit differently, and that's something that can create the problem. With SyncBox, the problem is the original TV is not happening, and then there is a remote, as you have seen on the SyncBox, where you have to change HDMI 1, 2, 3 and all that. So that's just not seamless. So when I look at the overall idea, if you're buying a Sony TV, an Android-based TV basically, which has plain Android and not Samsung, which has Bixby, voice control, and all that, it supports Alexa. In my overall ecosystem, Alexa works so beautifully that I would never recommend anything else to anybody. So that works with Alexa. Plus, it's a native Android TV, and because of that, any Google Play App Store app you can install, and that's why we installed this particular Ambilight software, and I think it does a fantastic job. Yes, there are places where you have to sometime force to stop the app and start it again, and I hope somebody is working on it to make that better. But the fact that if you just want it to be single color or something, then there's nothing. But many times I start the TV, it will actually ask me for the reboot, for the click the OK button for USB control, and sometimes there's another pop-up will happen to control the lights. Like you click them, yes, and that's it. That's about it. One place where you will find problem is which you are reading the content which is secured, and you're not supposed to record it. HCP or something. So for that type of content, if you're playing a movie like that on Netflix or something, in that case, yes, for that movie duration, it will not turn on the light, right? So it will not be able to send any signals of what colors are there back to the TV, right? Back to the box, LED box. So that's something to be kept in mind. And at that point of time, it's totally dark. You don't have any lights there. So that's a constraint. That's something I found it. But when I'm playing something on Kodi and all that, it's just working fine for the same movies and everything. So if it's a protected content, in that case, yes, I will not do it. I hope that it has a logic, the programmer create a logic for this app that if there are no colors but something is going on the TV, right, let's turn a single light color or something like that. If that happens, this would be beautiful, right? So anybody can fix a couple of pop-ups plus this. I think it's beautiful. This device beats almost everything. And when you look at the money, $40 for a 5 meter of 60 LED per meter LED strip plus a control box plus the power connector, it's something really cheap, and the quality is fantastic. There are times I will say that for the price, this is fantastic option. In this case, I would say that if even with the price, I would not go with Philips sync box, because they are not solving the purpose of what's there on the TV software screen, right? And if you're passing HDMI sync, then it makes sense to use that. So I hope that makes it clear. You have seen me discussing about the different options and all that. So find out what is that you are looking for, what kind of setup you have, and probably want to look further deep into it. But this, if you decided to go with the route I'm going, I hope this video will help you and help you in picking the right option and making this as an option. So thank you for all that. Thank you for watching this video. If you learned anything, then feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.